and I don't think we really got a chance to ask this question. What made you choose Denver to open up? What brought you here? Because you're in New Orleans. You can open up a restaurant anywhere. What led you to the 303?
Our love of Colorado. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Emily and I have been coming out here for years, fly fishing, skiing, enjoying the mountains, enjoying Denver, the food culture here that's been growing, the beer culture. It's been something that we've been doing now for 6 years. We've been coming to Colorado every single year and sometimes twice a year. And it's just always been our happy place. And when we're not in Louisiana, Colorado is a place that we just find to be like one of the places that when we leave, we say, man, when the hell are we coming back? When are we going to be back here?
I love it.
And now I get a chance to be here all the time, and I just love it so much. I mean, not only have the people here been so welcoming and just cool and just happy for us and supporting us, but the air, going out to the mountains, it takes you to another world that I don't think anywhere else could take you to.
It's funny too, because I always talk about
it's the same. We all had the same siren, you know, as the Greek culture says. Like the sirens that drew everyone back. We all had the same one. It called us west. Yeah. And I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Chris,
you're
go
good.
ahead.
You're good.
And where else could you have something called stoned appetit and be
not in Alabama
and not in Alabama?
Grandparents weren't having it either.
No way.
Jackson, Mississippi, it wasn't really clicking either.
Yeah, your grandma ain't gonna find you out here.
But it's funny. It's funny because the one thing, whenever I go home, I do realize I miss being around the water. But at the same time, I've been out here since 2010, and I always think, am I ever going to go back to the South? But there's something about being out here that I think I would miss too much, like the mountains, being out.
Kiss the mountain,
if you have
we
a
breathe.
dog,
We got 2 dogs.
Yeah.
They love it.
Oh,
We take them for swims in the streams. I mean, they go crazy out here. They
That
love
Boulder Res, have y'all been able? I don't know. I mean, obviously you're busy and things of that nature, but have y'all been able to hit the Boulder Res since y'all been able?
We have, yeah. We've been out there. We've been down to Deckers. We've been up to Estes Park. We've been out to.
We did
some fly fishing out in Eagle. So we've been around, and it never gets old. We took our dogs out to Telluride on our drive from New Orleans to Denver when we moved all of our shit out here. We drove. It was like a 8-day drive because we spent 4 of those days in Telluride for the Bluegrass Festival.
Hell yeah!
So we brought the dogs out there. I got a picture of my dog Henry in one of the gondolas. It's just all around. It's been the best.
So let's jump on and Telluride Bluegrass. Is Bluegrass your jam?
I love Bluegrass.
So, and we're assuming 2018 was did you catch Sturgill?
We saw Sturgill. We saw
our boys Green Sky or
yeah. I mean, we were there every day, so we saw. I think everyone perform. But it was just awesome, man. Like, we had the best time out there, and Telluride's such a cool town. That was my first time out there.
And it hit, it's like a one main strip. And so I've done the Bluegrass Festival, and then I've done weddings. So it's like I'm hanging out at the old Sheridan Hotel or whatever it is, the nostalgic place.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to kind of do both packed and not packed, and it's great how they're able to incorporate everybody in the town. Like everyone's all in on the Bluegrass Fest. There's shows in little pockets of those little parks, and you can stay on the old softball field.
Right.
I mean,
we found a great restaurant out there called Sidework, which is a guy from New Orleans.
Shout out to Sidework down in Telluride.
Yeah.
We love supporting local businesses, especially Colorado's. I mean, if Chef Alon speaks of it, then you got to vouch for it. So for our friends down there in the San Juans, don't be shy, go check it out.
Yeah.
What kind of food are they working with down there? Because I'm thinking that Blue Moose Pizza or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, that wasn't bad either. I think we definitely got into some of that.
It fucks.
Yeah. It was like really beautiful, like vegetable preparations, and like it was like leafy greens, which we hadn't seen much of, and they were just taking like a really fresh approach, a lot of fresh herbs, and lemon and vinegar with the food. So the whole thing felt a little bit brighter and a little lighter on us than the
Texas trip.
The pizza place. Yeah, we were like coming up through Texas and we were eating like breakfast tacos. And it was like we needed something.
Shout out to our friends in Amarillo and Wichita Falls. I know that same route. I've done the same.
Yeah.
I've done literally the same trip from
So it sounds
Shreveport.
like
Shreveport.
You do know a good little bit about Denver. So let's kind of have you had a happy hour here in Denver?
No, I haven't had a happy hour here, but we've been hitting up Sushi Den like crazy. And
Sushi Den's great.
Sushi Den's amazing. I really love Komal Kitchen. I go there for the Mexican and Syrian food that they cook. It's right on the other side of the river here from Safta, and it's incredible. I would check that out if you guys
that is great.
Haven't done that yet. It also is a restaurant that supports immigrant and refugee women and allows them to help profit in the business.
Incredible what they're doing.
They do like all types of different programs to help them with learning English and learning how to balance checkbooks and set up their taxes and all these things. So it's great. And then we've been hitting up Lao Wang Dumpling.
Noodle House.
Yeah.
That's a very contested and hot topic on the podcast.
Love that place.
Isn't it those soup dumps?
No
Dude,
joke.
How about those soup dumps?
I almost got kicked out of there.
Shout out to Sam, who we have a team member who is a native, and he used to say, I guess, early on in this podcast, he said, they've really lost their touch. And then we had about 75 or 80 people just like pile on him. He was like, all right, just kidding, just kidding.
Right.
So to have you reinforce that theory, and you're not the only one.
Love that place.
I mean,
how'd you almost get kicked out?
Well, because I there was a two-top that was waiting for a table, and the tables are only 4 tops. So there was 2 people waiting for a table, and they were there for like 35, 40 minutes, right? And then a 3-top got up, and right as the 3-top was getting up to leave, a 4-top walked in behind the 2-top, and the owner pointed to the 4-top and said, "Here, you guys take this table." And I stood up and I was like, "Sir, that couple was waiting here for like 30 minutes. And he was like, "You want to get the hell out of here?" And I said, "No." And I sat down and waited for my soup dumplings to arrive.
Sorry, folks. I tried.
Sorry, couple.
I tried, but I definitely want those dumps.
But I definitely wanted the dumplings. I love what my boy Bill over here at Smoke is doing. If you haven't come here to the Source Market to check out what he's doing, it's incredible. Really great brisket, barbecue chicken and pork. He's got an amazing smoker doing some killer stuff. The burger at Acorn is no joke. Super good.
It is no joke.
Also here at the Source.
And the cocktails from Mary and McLean.
Oh, yeah.
They're hitting on every cylinder down there.
Yeah, they really are. So those are some of our fave spots. We also go to Big Star a lot and Star Kitchen a lot. And,
yeah.
And get dim sum.
Hang out on that's up our alley. That's us.
That's where I hang out.
Dude.
I had a great meal at Fruition. A really good dinner there.
Shout out to Alex.
Tavernetta is one of our favorite spots for pasta.
That's my jam.
Shout out to Chef
love
Ian.
That place.
These are all friends of the program.
Yeah.
Y'all. We're gonna have a big
Mercantile is incredible. So look, we have a lot of favorite places. I think that the food scene out here is just crushing it. I'm so happy to be a part of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And do you think, in the coming years, do you think it's just going to keep on growing out here? Do you think people are going to reinvent and just...
I think it is. I think you're seeing it happen right now. The fact that I can get one of the best bagels in the country at Rosenberg's here, like
nice name drop, right?
But for real, like better than bagels I've had anywhere else. I think it's some of the best stuff, and I think that just shows you that people come here, and I've asked a lot of people, like, what would you consider the culture of Denver to be? And, I get this, either there isn't one or this mixed bag.
Steak and potatoes, usually.
Yeah, and not necessarily like food culture, but just culture, and everyone says the mountains or being outdoors or like the brewery culture, which is a big one that I get. But I think that the culture out here, in my in my opinion, is optimism. Like, I feel like everyone comes out here because they want to like make a difference. They want to do something cool. They want to like contribute to something that they're passionate about. And it's still kind of like the Wild West, you know? It's still like coming out here and putting your flag down.
I know, man. I love his enthusiasm.
And like, we're going to claim this as ours, and we're going to like work hard to make it a reality. And I see that a lot out here, and I love that.
And I couldn't agree more. And not only is your enthusiasm infectious, not only from this conversation, but I think you bring kind of that instilled property that others have. You know, the same chefs that restaurants you just mentioned, those chefs have that same properties.
Right.
As well as, you know, the same bars that you just mentioned. Everyone kind of we're in it together, but everyone's in it to make this a better place. And it's very moldable. You know, it's like we have a big ball of clay that is Denver. We have a grid system we haven't fucked up yet, like in LA, you know, like traffic.
Right.
We have you're sitting here in, you know, peak location here on Brighton, you know, Larimer's across the way.
Right.
All of these restaurants and locations have all spiked in the last 2 years. So what kind of made you like to follow up on what Chris said? How did you know like this was the one? Like this place, like it wasn't South Pearl, but it was Rhino, and we're big Rhino guys. So we don't have to sugarcoat it too much.
Right. No,
but like y'all found a money spot. We're watching the sunset right now.
I know, it is so beautiful here, and I met the Zeppelins, who developed the Source Market and the Source Hotel and Zeppelin Station and a bunch of other things in town.
Wait, that's a family? It's not named after the band, huh?
No, it's a family.
Jokes on Kip.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're made out of lead or not. I think it's just a regular old family made out of people.
Killer name, though.
Yeah, killer name. And the Zeppelins, we met during Aspen Food and Wine Festival, and I met Kyle and his wife, Andra, and their father, Mickey, Kyle's father, Mickey. And I just really gelled with, I think, the way that they think outside of the box, that they kind of push the boundaries a little bit. The more I learned about them, the more I realized how community-focused they are, how they fight for more affordable housing in the city and more mixed-use developments and ways that like Denver can grow in this very wholesome way. I feel like that they really believe that, and I also believe that, and I thought that was the first reason that I wanted to potentially work with them. And they came and showed me a bunch of different properties and all of the different things that they were doing. And when I got to this spot where Safta is, and I saw the mountains and the sun setting over the mountains, I mean it was a no-brainer. And I was like, this is where I want to open Safta. The more I learned about Rhino and just how much energy and our artistry is here, I thought it was perfect. I thought it was perfect.
That's great.
I do feel like, it's like all, like, obviously you mentioned, like, with Pom, you know, hospitality and things of that nature. It's like everyone's core values kind of align.
Right.
So
and that was a big deal for
us. We're all in this boat together.
Right.
And Denver's obviously, we're at a faster pace. You know, we're sailing at a quick pace. So I back it. And I didn't mean to interrupt, Chris. Go ahead and lead the way. I just was pretty stoked on that.
You had mentioned the brewery culture out here. Do you have one of your favorite brewery spots around town, or?
Yeah, well, I love what they're doing here at New Belgium, which is crazy. They have, if you haven't been to the Source Hotel yet, you got to come and check it out, because they have a test brewery, like a test kitchen for beer, right here. If I look to my right, I see mountains and the sun setting, and if I look straight ahead, I see brewery tanks with it looks like Breaking Bad of hops in there. I mean, guys on ladders, like cleaning out these big stainless steel tanks.
Not nearly as jacked up, but
not nearly as jacked up. And I don't think they're making meth. And I think that what they're doing here is so cool, because these are all they're tester beers. It's not stuff that's on the market. It's not stuff that you can find just anywhere. And so I've been getting a chance to sample a lot of the stuff that they've been making here, using ingredients that like I've either recommended. Like we're working on like a softa combo with some fresh pomegranates.
Yeah.